Nemo Nation continues. Another friend of the show is dropping in and doing it on vacation. Vacation. Yeah. By the way, that's vacation. Vacation. Down on the bayou. Where are you right now, Jamie Jones? Where's vacation? What's happening? What's happening? Jamie Jones is here, the managing editor, the grand poobah of Landline.
I am sitting on my deck sipping some coffee that may or may not have some added voltage to it. I'm just living my best life right now. Fortunately, the heat has broke, and so it's kind of nice. But my dog is sitting here looking at me like, aren't you supposed to be gone?
So wait, I have a question for everybody. Does anybody out there, I don't think Jamie does, I don't think Dave does, anybody out there ever have iced Irish coffee?
Iced Irish coffee.
Iced Irish coffee, is that a thing?
No, I do the hot. No, mine's hot. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm not. Don't be sorry. I'm not. I don't need an apology. I mean, I'm curious about this. It's like I would often wonder, like, yeah, give me an iced Irish coffee, and have the bartender look at you like, what the hell are you talking about, man? What is wrong with you? Okay, so you're on the back deck. Talk to us a little bit about the life balance of what it's like for a journalist to turn their brain off while all of this action is going on in the truck.
And then comes on our show.
And then it comes on our show. So thank you, by the way, for doing that. But how do you turn your brain off, Jamie? How does that happen? How is a journalist you can just walk away for a few minutes in the middle of the biggest sandstorm, we'll call it, in Washington right now in regards to trucking and transportation and the disruption of everything? The great disruption is now unfolding, and you're on your back deck. How are you handling that?
I think it's a balance, because as much as I'm unplugging, I'm refueling, if that makes any sense. We're getting ready to head in to one of the busiest seasons of trucking news that we've had. I mean, we've already had it, but, Congress is going to go, they're going to be in recess in August. There's going to be a pause. And as much as I think it's important to, I'm a worker. I grind. I've worked 2 jobs when I was a single mom. I still am a single mom, but they're grown-ass adults now, so I don't have to worry about them. But I've worked 2 jobs. I think it's so important to give yourself that mental rest break, that physical rest break, before you know that you have to go back in and fight to do your job. And that's what I'm doing right now.
I think that's so important, by the way, Dave, is that people don't realize that, one of the things I'm discovering, Jamie, living my best life, is that people, Tara asked us this morning what we were enjoying about the new platform. One of the things that I love is that everybody has the same 2 days off. Because we have the Saturday and Sunday off, not only do Dre and I have it off, but everybody else does, which means I don't get phone calls from people on my Monday off expecting me to go to work full time and blowing up my phone. I get left alone. And part of what people understand, you need those days to recharge. That when you work in an environment as fast and furious in regards to information and the changing in information, it often presents a real problem, doesn't it? That if you don't turn your brain off, it really becomes alphabet soup and it becomes a mush, doesn't it?
Oh, 100%. I mean, it does. But, and then I was kind of waxing on having this conversation, because I know that freight rates are down and everybody's struggling so hard to make X number of dollars to make their lives sustainable. And there really comes a point where you have to, even in spite of that, you have to stop and give yourself some grace. And I think that's what the work-life balance comes down to, is give yourself some grace and just stop.
No, and
And
it's a great point.
It's hard.
It's a great point right now because people are struggling trying to find their rates, trying to find their load, trying to make. I mean, right now, I kid you not, Dave and Jamie, listen to this. Junker is desperately with his dispatch trying to work out a way to get to New Orleans to come down here. Mm-hmm. He's got to find a freight that gets him to New Orleans. It's just like Reeds Across America. A lot of those guys and gals can't get a chance to enjoy themselves unless they are literally turning and earning right up to the moment when they get where they're going. But part of what you're suggesting here, it seems to me, is that there are moments that even when it feels like I got to get back out there and rolling, is maybe the time you should stop for a second and take inventory, not of your inventory, but inventory of yourself and take the break you deserve. Is that kind of what you're getting at?
100%. I mean, this last year for me has been a marathon. And in fact, I'm coming up on a couple of days. It'll be 1 year since I got my knee replaced. And it's been a long recovery. It's been a lot. And even though I was working through all of that, it wasn't a good year. And I just needed this. I needed to mess around with my flowers. I needed to, and I don't know how Dave has done it for 50 years. The grind of,
hypnosis.
doing what you do.
I was under hypnosis for the entire. I did not know it. Did not know it.
Yeah, no, but I mean, but here's the thing: is that's the other problem too, and Dre can take it this because Dre did a 2-year stretch where, other than a Christmas here and the occasional weekend there, he worked for 7 straight days around the clock. And there was a moment towards the end. Dave knows this for about 6 months. Dave and I were actually working 6 to 7 days a week, if not on the air, then in other places. And the problem with it is it becomes the norm, and you think you're fine. And then when you stop and take a break, you realize, I'm willing to bet that you realized how much you were carrying on that repaired knee over the course of the last year, didn't you?
Oh, I did. 100%. I called my mom last night. She actually, begrudgingly doesn't live far from me. But anyway, I had slept so much the first 2 days after I left the office, and my shoulder was messed up. Like, I couldn't literally lift my arm. And I was like, Mom, I don't know what's going on. And she's like, that is the epitome of a first world problem. You finally took a vacation and you have pinched a nerve. And it was so funny. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. And then slowly, everything worked out. It was fine. It wasn't any big deal.
It's what, Jamie, we got to let you go, but it's why people take 2 weeks of vacation, because they should call the first week of vacation recovery. For what? And you're like, the last gosh darn year is what for. I mean, that is it on the nutshell, right?
100%.
Jamie, by the way, thank you for dropping in during your vacation. Thank you for reminding all of these great men.
And everybody, to everybody who's listening, just take a breath. Take care of yourself.
Thank you, Jamie. Jamie Jones, of course, is the managing editor at Landline. You better get your butt down here for Wednesday. We better see you and maybe Spencer. We better see you. We're counting on you. We love you, Jamie. Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.